G'day viewers, welcome back to the channel. It's Mel here with my co-host Poindexter. And occasionally Kaz will pop in to say, G'day Kaz.
G'day Kaz.
So today's episode is about this little fella. And what we're going to do is chip it. And we're going to make it fully lit, as you can see. So anyway, let's not dribble on. Let's get into it. Just before we get into this fella, I had a couple of deliveries from the postie. So I'm filming this on a Tuesday. Last Thursday, I got this guy from DJ Raceway, Dick's. So I got his dick sticker. Glad I didn't get his dick pic. Oh, that's my dad joke for the day. Anyway, and then yesterday, I got Rob's sticker. Thanks, Rob. He actually sent me 2 stickers. This one I'm going to keep, like Dick, his one, he sent me 2 as well. So thanks for that. I'll just quickly show you where I've put them. Oh, by the way, with DG Raceway, Dick was saying that he got his inspiration for his sticker, the colour scheme, from the famous JPS colour scheme. So I'll quickly show you something, give you a fun fact on that as well. Just a sec. Okay, so here's the updated sticker wall. Now, you might notice that all my Australian channels are down here. Yes, because we are the arse end of the wheel, so they're down low. So far, I've only got 2 internationals. So as you know, I've got Ryan and now I've got Rob Sales. I'll just cut your sticker down, mate. Don't worry, I'm not going to put it on a dartboard. Just to make a bit more room to have more stickers, I'll get rid of this guy. And then this will just be my international flavour. So, anyway, talking about this, did you know that the limited edition and special edition Trans Ams, so that's based on, this Carrera car is based on the special edition Trans Ams. Hang on, stuff this. Okay, this is better. So you can see DG Raceway took it from the JPS. Now, the people that designed the special edition Trans Am paint schemes and limited edition paint schemes got their inspiration off the same JPS paint scheme as well. So, just a bit of useless information there for you. Anyway, let's get back to the Corvette. Okay, let's get up close and personal with the car that's inside this box. So, magic of editing. Ta-ta! Or ta-da! I don't have one of those fancy mirrored turntables, so you're going to get the Dickie Knee experience to have a proper look at this car. As you can see, hopefully the camera picks it up, the yellow in this really pops. I think Dickie Knee is doing a good job of holding the car for you. So it's a CR5 Corvette that ran at the Daytona 24 hours. Reason why I've called it on the thumbnail Intimidator, because don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see that. So you got Dale Earnhardt Senior and Junior. Fortunately, I think it was the same year that's when he passed away at the Daytona 500. This is my second Revo. I think the tail lights will be pretty good, well, pretty easy to do. I'm a bit more concerned about these headlights, to be honest. So I think instead of gawking at, oh, just one thing. The body's obviously a little bit more flexible compared to the Carrera cars. Obviously, they try to make them a bit lighter. The wheels, yeah, they're better in the sense because they're, metal rims. But I still think Carrera's got better detail on the tyres and the rims at the moment. But they're getting close. They tick the box on the metal rims, but not quite on the detail. So let's get into chipping and making this fully lit. Okay, you can see that I've taken the body off the chassis. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole process of actually mounting and fitting off the Carrera digital chip, which is this guy here. I'm just going to quickly show a bit more detail about how I mount it to the chassis. So I've got 3 spare steps, like I mentioned previously in the Revo Viper video, that I super glued them together with this fella. And then I super glue it to, now see that hole there? Hang on, Poindex has been slack. See that hole there? That's for the fixing screw that you got here that mounts the actual car to the display base that the actual box, the Revo box that it comes in. So I go through the process, work out exactly where the chip goes. I will mark that hole with a texture through here. And then I will drill a hole right through this guy. And like I said, super glue it to that position there. That's after I've actually trimmed it because it's slightly too wide. Because if I put it under the chip, you can see it's hanging out. It's not good enough for me, so I'll chop that off. And then, like I said, it's super glue. I'll run a bead of the ultra clear on both sides of the actual block as well, just to give it extra support. And then, of course, the chip will get glued to that block using this sucker. So I just wanted to quickly show you the whole process that I do to mount mine. I know some people use blue tack, each their own. Me personally, I prefer it to be a bit more solid foundation. There's no chance it'll ever fall off. And because it is permanent, I'll give it a proper solid foundation. So anyway, next time you see this guy, it'll be all fitted off. The chip will be all fitted off, and we'll actually concentrate on the lights installation on the body itself, which is going to be an interesting case. Anyway, see you soon. All right, I lied. I'm just going to quickly show you. Now, I've super glued this, and you can see I've done a bead of my ultra clear stuff. The stuff as it sets off, sets because it's a resin glue. If you dribble anywhere, I just use the famous earbuds to clean them. Don't buy them from hobby shops, you get ripped off. Just go to local supermarkets and get some. Easy peasy. Anyway, also while I've got you, as you can see, I've used a drill bit which is the right size as the hole, so I can centralize my block in the right position. As you can see, I've trimmed the edge now, so when the actual chip goes down, which I'll grab it now, voila. See? As I'd like to say, think smarter, don't work harder. Okay, the chip's been installed. What I'm actually going to do now, and yes, I know there's heaps of people don't do it, I'm actually just going to quickly break the motor in. What I do, it's the cheapo method. Block of wood, some tape, and a lucky band. Pretty much stuff you can find in the household. So as you can see, I've actually taped the timber to the actual track. You don't really need to do that. But the double-sided tape, the tape I've used here was just some blue masking tape. Doubled over. As you can see, the tape's just to stop the actual chassis vibrating itself off. Then what I do, which by the way, off camera, I've already programmed the chassis to one of the controllers. Make sure the fuel's off, so it doesn't end up running out of fuel as you're breaking the motor in. And then see the speed button here. You set the speed. As you can see, there's one flashing light, so that's like 10% throttle. Or if you want to put it in analog terms, it's probably going to be what? Running on like about 3 volts. Press enter. It's now set up for the 10% throttle. And then what I'm going to have to do off camera, because I haven't got 3 hands, I'll grab the controller. You can hear the motor going, and then I'm going to get the lacquer band and put it on the controller. I'll show you in 2 seconds. Okay, as you can see, lacquer band's on. I'll just let the motor run for about 10 minutes. Now, I know some people who've got digital systems where they go, oh, Mal, why don't you just put it in ghost mode? But if you've got pets or people walking around where your track is, and also there might be a chance that it falls off the actual timber, if something goes wrong, you can quickly just flick it off and stops the car. Where ghost mode, if you're not near the controller, you're going to have some problems. So anyway, that's how I break them in. I've only just been breaking them in recently, purely because the 124 cars are so obviously sluggish when they're brand new. And now I'm getting some of these more high quality, almost race cars like Revos. I just prefer to spend 10 minutes. And by the way, 10 minutes, you can go make yourself a coffee and then come back and then it's all done. So like I said before, you can go off and make a coffee. I've made my coffee, got the controller with me, just in case. And look, time is now come up to the 10-minute mark. So I'll grab the controller. All done, easy peasy. All cool bananas. So that's it for part one. Part two, of course, will be about the light install. Part two will be a little while before it comes out because I've got to order some warm white LEDs for the headlights. You know the routine. If you want to live life on the edge, subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, that's great. Anyway, Kaz, say goodbye, Kaz.
Bye, Kaz.